Welcome to NaviWork, your guide to settling into a new organization. Fresh out of school or transitioning from one organization to the next. I know it can be challenging to navigate the work environment because I've been there, done that, and worn the t-shirt. I am the amazing Ameze and I'm here to help. I can't wait to see you every Monday at 7 a.m. Hello, everyone. Welcome to NaviWork with Amazing Ameze, your guide to navigating the workplace. The last chapter I talked about, the last podcast I talked about, don't be pushed, jump. And that was the counsel that Grandpa gave me. Now I'm talking about after the jump, when you have taken a decision to jump and you have notified the organization that you will be leaving. This chapter from the book is a guide on how to do this. Some people become really, really terrible and badly behaved after they decided to leave and drop their letters of resignation. That's no way to go. You don't burn your bridges. Let me read an excerpt from the book, like I always do. In a competitive talent market, companies are unsurprisingly reticent to part with staff, especially if they are an integral part of the company. I once heard Pastor Grace Johnson, who pastors my family, say people are for movement. By implication, people move on. They resign, they look for better opportunities, and to be honest, that is not bad in itself. While it may be ideal to grow within an organization, let's face it, some organizations may not be able to cater to your needs or your growth trajectory. And as such, you may need to take the decision to move on. This chapter attempts to deal with your attitude after you have given your notice of resignation, something like the do's of resignation. And I think sometimes they don't. So you'll read that in the chapter. I remember once my very good friend and personal pastor, Pastor Mildred, said to me, people will leave. But what's important to her is that while they are with her, she was able to discern that they are here for now and give them the best and make the best of the time with them. It's not a very easy thing to let people leave you. And I also know that it's not an easy thing to leave people. But there's a way to behave when you're leaving. So the first thing I'll tell you, give adequate notice. The last place I worked before I did this podcast, I gave 5 months notice. Guess what? I was only required to give 2. But I recognized that I was a very integral part of the organization, and there are just so many things I had to do. I had invested in my teammates, but there was more investment to be done. I said, look, I would work as much as I needed to work to make sure that nothing is left uncatered to just because I was going. Because guess what? You just don't burn your bridges. I made sure I gave adequate notice. In fact, I gave more than adequate notice. Nobody could have said this person wasn't loyal and this person didn't want the best. So I gave 5 months notice. So find out what the company provides, what the manual provides. You know, for different companies, there are different notice periods, and for different levels, there may be different notice periods. Because of my level at the time, I was required to give when I was in investment banking at my level, then I was meant to give 2 months notice. I think I gave a little more than that. When I worked in telecoms and in a digital company, I gave 5 months. I mean, nobody could argue. I gave my best, but I realized that I didn't want things to fall apart. I also made sure that I could be reached. I said to them, look, if there's any clarity you need on any issue, I think even till today, they still call me sometimes to brainstorm on some issues, and I'm always willing and able and happy to help. That's a way to live. Always give detailed handover notes. I mean, you're going to find all this in this chapter in the book, but I think it's important that I talk about it. Always give detailed handover notes. Don't do notes that are shoddy. Make sure that your handover notes are so detailed that they don't have to call you. Specify where something is in a safe, what drawer, what file, everything. Make sure that it is so detailed that people are like, oh my God, this guy is amazing. This guy is amazing. Look at how detailed and clear his handover notes are. Focus on your work. Don't start gossiping. Don't start telling people, oh, I'm leaving this organization. They're just so stressful. They're terrible people. No, don't do that. Face your work and make sure that you cover as many things as you have to cover before you leave. Make sure that you face your work. Don't engage in idle talk. Don't engage in telling people that, oh, you're moving somewhere else and you wish them the best, but it's good for them to get other opportunities. That's not the way to go. Make sure that you are behaving very well. Make sure that you leave and the ovation is still loud. Don't leave and they're saying, oh, thank God, good riddance to bad rubbish. She was spreading so much ill will. You don't want to do that. And there's so many other tips in the book,
please read it. Get your copy of the book and make sure that you read the book so that you can be guided accordingly. I hope you found this useful. I want you to have an amazing week and make sure that you expect the best of your week. If you have any questions, please send me an email at amazingameze@naviwork.live. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.